And that's blocked by Turner. Halliburton shot clock down to 4. Halliburton a deep 3, and he drills it.
Arians finds Warren. Here's a long 3.
Was in, now Duarte, another 3.
And welcome to episode 9 of the Pacing Forward podcast. Apologies for no episode yesterday. No episode last week. We were pretty busy with, me fasting and everything else that was going on. But that's neither here nor there. We are back this week, and we should be good to go for a while. We should be good to go for the next few weeks now. As always, I'm your host, the house that Tammy built. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Dom.
And we got a special guest this week as well. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, it's me, NDTalksBall on Twitter.
All right. That was a great introduction. That's a great introduction.
Bro, there's no way I just said I'm NDTalksBall in real life.
Yeah, join the
so
club.
fake.
Join the club. Dom said he was Halliburton on Twitter one time. All right.
Oh, cool.
All right, let's just get straight to it. So, a lot's happened since we had our last episode. The first round of the NBA playoffs is over. Last game was played last night, and no series went to 7 games. It was really pretty mixed bag. I mean, what do you think, Dom?
Could you repeat that?
I said the playoffs were a pretty mixed bag. I mean, no series went to 7 games, but there were some pretty exciting games and parts of series nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. So, yesterday we had the end of Grizzlies Timberwolves, which I honestly wanted it to go to 7 because it just seemed like the perfect series to go to 7. But the Timberwolves just they never wanted to win a game, or they never wanted to close out a game, and they inevitably lost in, what was it, 6?
Yep.
Yeah, they lost in 6.
I mean, they could have won that series
And then,
if they kept those leads.
Yeah,
They could've-
I mean,
they took,
what
like,
was it,
3 leads,
3
like-
back-to-back?
Yeah, I mean, they blew like a 15-point lead.
They had a double-digit lead going into the 4th, I'm pretty sure,
Yep.
of the last game. So.
But unfortunately, Cat is not that guy, and he choked.
Cat is not. Yeah, I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot of discourse
fourth quarter
going
Cat.
around with. There's a lot of discourse going around with Cat trying to sound hard and him changing his voice and stuff. What do y'all think about that?
Bro, he's hilarious, bro. Like, I feel like he's trying too hard to impress the fans when he should just be himself. Because, like, in his YouTube videos, he has a high-pitched voice, which is normal. It's okay to have a high-pitched voice. But that one interview where he was like, "Oh, my name is Cat, whatever," that was hilarious. And, like, the talking shit I'm not too mad about, but it's obviously not just who he is. But
So
I guess he can
should
do
just
him.
be
He's
himself.
a millionaire.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
What'd you think, Dom?
And that makes sense, but like adding on to what he says, like I think he should also just be himself, but at the same time, being yourself, people shouldn't really hold Cat to some pedestal because like I personally don't think he's like this great of a player. He's not a bad player. He's not a good player either. But like he did this thing where he was like waving his fans goodbye after the end of Game 6, and somebody on Twitter, they were comparing him to Kobe, and
No,
they were
we need
saying
to stop doing
they're
that.
saying he's just
we're not
stupid.
gonna
Like
take over your
just
episode, seriously.
let him, and they did that the entirety of the playoffs. Even when they won the play-in, like they didn't want them to celebrate. They didn't want them to show any emotions. And like this is a new era of basketball where showing emotions is what the fans want, whether you like it or not. So
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with people on social media nowadays. They just want everybody to be Kobe and have that same mentality. The job's not finished. It's really a shame that quote just turned into just stuff that people can use to throw against a player. Really,
It's really nasty. Like I was talking about this earlier. It's just nasty how everyone is compared to Kobe. I think it's weird. I think it's disrespectful to just always bring up Kobe no matter what. There was no reason to bring Kobe up in that tweet. Anytime someone even tries to be like, there's still things to be done, they bring up Kobe. Just no, it just makes no sense. Let players be players. There's no need to bring up Kobe. Just I don't know, just fucking weird. Just let the guy rest in peace.
I mean, yeah, let the guy rest in peace and let players be players. Let them be themselves. All right. Anyways, that's only one of the playoff series that finished recently.
On Thursday we had an entire slew of games or series that ended. We had Sixers. They pulled out of the Raptors series. Suns pulled out of the Pelicans series, and then the Mavericks pulled out of the Jazz series.
I mean, let me talk about the Mavericks and Jazz. I was gonna talk about the Raptors, but I'm gonna save that to the end because my guy over here probably has some things to say. Talking about the Mavericks and the Jazz just, god damn, they just keep disappointing people year after year. Like,
there's no reason they lost that series.
That was a totally winnable series too. That's the thing.
They were down 2-1 without Luka.
Yeah, exactly. That's inexcusable. I mean, Jalen Brunson, I know he was good, but Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brunson alone is not a foundation to go up in a playoff series, especially against guys like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert.
Well, that's because Donovan Mitchell might be a fraud.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was
not. We all knew was a fraud defensively. Well, I don't know. I just think, like, they're probably going to blow it up this offseason, but they were probably cooked from the start with, I don't know if y'all saw about the Booker comments Gobert made a few months ago.
Yeah.
Apparently that really supported Mitchell. So the locker room was already cancerous. So that probably just messed up everything for them.
Yeah, I mean...
But still, there's no way you lose the Mavs without Luka.
Yeah, true. I mean, do y'all think Gobert is gone this offseason?
No, probably.
Future Hawk.
Yeah, I agree. Hawk. I think he's gonna go to the Hawks.
Either Hawks or the Mavericks.
Yeah, the Hawks or the Mavericks. I can see that. I can see him pulling a snake. Yeah. But besides that, Luka won his first ever playoff series, and good on him. You know, he deserves it. Going on to the next series. What other series ended? What other series ended?
Jose Alvarado and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they were going at it. I mean, when Devin Booker went down in, I think, Game 2, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, when Devin Booker went down, people were like, man, this Pelicans team might upset them. Maybe Zion comes back. Maybe they win the series, but it wasn't really to be. They put up a really good fight, and Chris Paul had a really bad game in one of the series, but he bounced back. He went 12 for 12. And what do you, I mean...
We're 14 for 13, actually.
What's up?
Wasn't it 14 for 14? I'm pretty sure it was 14 for 14. I think so,
yeah. It was like the most points anyone's ever had in a perfect game.
Oh,
yeah. He just went.
I don't know. Him and DA.
Yeah, I mean, he just
like,
went.
The whole Suns roster is just crazy because, like, Chris Paul, DA, Mikal, they all step up in the playoffs, and they're already pretty good in the regular season.
Yeah, exactly.
I still think they're going to be the champions. That's my prediction.
I still have them winning the title. I mean, when is Booker coming back? When did they say?
He came back in Game 6.
Oh, he did?
A bit iffy.
Yeah, he was back Game 6.
Oh, okay. He was, that's fine. They're definitely on track to win the title. And I know Dom feels some kind of way about that, but let's just get.
Wait, what? No, I don't feel any. I don't feel any way. I don't care who wins the championship this year.
Okay, really?
I do care, but like if they do win the championship, it won't affect me any way. So it's whatever. So.
Okay. How do you feel about your guy Ingram stepping up in the playoffs, though?
Hey, I'm proud of him, man. Him and what's his name? Him and JT were like the only players to average like 27 and then like 10 and 5 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
But him and JT were really good in the first round, and it's good to see that that he clearly can be a playoff riser, and hopefully when the team is fully healthy next year,
When
they can
Zion
actually
comes back,
compete
I think
for
they're
a title, and he
they're
can-
gonna be sleepers. They're gonna be sleepers.
Yeah. So
All right.
should be interesting. I'm
That's
just glad
a
that he
15-win
finally
team
got a
next
taste
year.
of the playoffs.
Yeah. What'd you say, Andy?
Please respect
That's
that.
a 50-win team with Zion.
Yeah, I agree. 51 team. Yep. Let's go on. Miami Atlanta series, not too much there. You know, nobody had Atlanta winning. They pulled one game out, but like Jimmy Butler was great. Bam Adebayo wasn't that great. I expect Bam to. I don't know what Bam is gonna do in the next series, but he wasn't that great in the Atlanta series. I don't know what it is with Bam, but like, it is what it is. What do you
But he
think?
just
Tom?
not very good. Well, being fair. Oh, my bad, dog.
Wait, go ahead. What'd you say?
I said, what do you make of Bam?
I was gonna say.
I mean, what do you make of Bam not having the best series against Atlanta?
What is there to make of it? I mean, like, he's shown in recent history that like he can be good in the playoffs, and it's not. I mean, I'm pretty sure it mostly stems from injury, and Onyeka Okongwu. I mean, he's a pretty good defensive center.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Bam is injured somewhere. I mean, ending that series in 5 gives them necessary rest. That they definitely need. I know that we're resting some of their dudes in that last game, so yeah. I mean, I don't really think anything of it unless it's like consistent throughout the playoffs and it holds them back eventually. But I mean, the defense is there. It's just his offense is kind of iffy.
I agree with that. Yep, I agree with that. Let's go on to another series we had, which was Milwaukee versus Chicago, and I know you guys have a thing or two to say about the Chicago Big Three. Let's call it.
Yeah, let's just call it a certain player showed his true colors, like we all said he would.
That's all you're gonna say?
Man.
If I say any more, I'll be called a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm just a realist. I just say the truth.
Okay, you're
Hey.
just a realist.
Hey, man.
What about you, Dom?
That DeMar DeRozan consistent playoff drop narrative might be fact. He had a pretty bad series.
Game 2. Besides Game 2,
not
he was
fair.
terrible, man.
Yeah. And it's not like he had really a lot to work with. I mean, Nikola Vucevic is pretty ass, and I don't think Levine played like the last 2 games. So, but like, yeah, both of them are both Levine and DeMar were just like really interesting these last playoffs, and like they might make the playoffs again next year. It all depends on where Zach goes. I think he probably resigns.
I agree with
but
that, yeah.
it should be an interesting year next year. I just don't really think this team is contending anytime soon.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I agree with that. I think they're stuck in limbo. I think they're stuck in what Indiana was stuck in a couple years ago, in 2020.
Yeah, that good enough to make the playoffs, but never good enough.
What was that?
I said that good enough to make the playoffs, but never good enough to win a championship.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe first round out. If they get lucky, second round out. We really thought that they were gonna maybe make a run for the series after Middleton got hurt, but no, they just lost every game after that.
Yeah.
And Dom, we're not leaving before you tell me that nickname you gave the 3 of them when I showed you their stat line.
I call them the Pooh triplets.
Yeah, there you go. That's one of my favorite names ever. All right, let's continue. Boston and Brooklyn, probably the best series of the first round, which is weird because it was a sweep. It was the only sweep.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised it was a sweep, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, neither was I. I mean, after that first game, I thought maybe Brooklyn was gonna get one in. KD and Kyrie. Kyrie had 39. He proceeded to ghost the rest of the series, and Durant was just terrible, man. He woke up in the last few minutes of Game 4, but that definitely wasn't enough.
Yeah, like, I don't know, just the way. First of all, Boston was an elite defense the whole year,
Absolutely.
and I expected Ime to have an elite game plan for KD, especially when you consider the supporting cast around him are just not really good. Like, Bruce Brown had a really good series, but you're gonna live with Bruce Brown beating you in a series with the
Yeah.
Bruce Brown shit is fake, bro. Bruce Brown shit is fake as hell.
Just in general, like, their only real threat on, like, besides those two is Seth Curry.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna do this, except for Goran Dragic, by the way.
And
Fuck
even Seth Curry was.
Oh, hold on, wait. Before we get to
Curry,
Seth Curry, I need ND. Tell me what you think about Goran Dragic.
Can I cuss in here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, he's a bitch. I don't like that guy. I mean, like, he had higher ambitions and he got swept. That's all I have to say. He's a cuck too.
He is a cuck. I heard that everywhere when people were talking about him after he made that like tweet of him laughing.
Yeah, bro. He let his wife get fucked by his trainer or some shit like that.
I think so, like his personal trainer or something.
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
I can't respect him, man.
I don't like anything. All right, continue, Dom, about Seth Curry.
I mean, even Seth Curry was getting like schemed around anyways. Like, he was good for like one quarter, and then the rest of the quarter he was kind of shut down. And that's Celtics defense. I think that Celtics defense can take them to the finals.
Absolutely. I mean, I had the Bucks beating them in 7. I had the Bucks beating them in 7 before the playoffs, but now I think I have Celtics in 6.
Yeah, I mean, if they had Middleton, I'd probably lean towards the Bucks, just because I like Giannis. But I don't think Giannis alone is going to be enough to beat how good this Celtics defense is.
Not even close.
Robert Williams will probably be like
100% now.
Yeah, he's gonna be 100%. Exactly.
Well, I don't think he's going to be 100%. I think he's going to be closer to 100%. And which I mean, they can take it. They basically take anything they can get from.
Yeah. With him being out for so little, I mean that Boston team can definitely make it to the finals, and I think my previous thoughts of Milwaukee making the finals, I don't know how much I like that, and me thinking Philly was gonna make the finals, I think that's a long shot. I don't think that has any chance of happening now that Embiid is hurt, and we'll get back to that soon. Before we get back to that, let's just get to the final series. Not the next to last series, Golden State versus Denver. Not really that much to talk about. It was basically Nikola Jokic versus the Warriors. I'll just let Dom rant about Jokic.
Playoff defense Jokic is not like that, bro. He's actually kind of food in the playoffs. That regular season shit is kind of fake. Hopefully Swiper Cam isn't listening to this because he's going to pull up fucking clips of Jokic's defensive playoff masterclass. Not to say that Jokic played bad or anything. I mean, his defense was just kind of subpar.
Jokic was great on offense.
The team is obviously terrible.
His defense was just like, yo, what do you expect? He's unathletic.
Yeah, they were the worst. They were the worst defense in the first round, too.
Yeah.
Like, not really much you can do there. Aaron Gordon is pretty much ass everywhere.
He was trash, man.
I mean, like he was leading them in scoring for like a little bit in the first half, but it's literally just Jokic's playmaking makes like
it's like what he did in Orlando, but he's got Jokic with him now.
Yeah. So,
what do you make of What do you make of this Golden State team now that Curry's back starting?
Oh yeah, I mean the Golden State team. I think the Western Conference Finals is easily going to be them and the Suns, and then from there, I can't tell you who definitively is going to come out the series. I kind of lean Suns there, but they have a really good team. Jordan Poole is pretty good. I know he was kind of like. I don't know how good he was, but I know he was kind of on and off. Maybe the last 2 games, last 1 game,
right,
or so. But like he's gonna figure it out. Him and Tyrese Maxey are showcasing their playoff ability, so that's pretty cool.
You think Dom? You think Tyrese Maxey's the best Tyrese in the NBA, or do we still got that?
One of them is in the playoffs, the other one isn't. So yeah.
Hey, hold on. In 2 years, when Halliburton's in the playoffs, let's come back to that. All right.
All right, if you say so. But
I mean, 20-10. That 20-10 is loading in that first round.
yeah, more like 17 and 15.
17 and 15. I'll take that. All right. This is a Pacers podcast, by the way. How do you like? How do you like going?
Halliburton is in basketball.
What'd you say?
I said Halliburton is good at basketball. There's your Pacers content right
Thank
there.
you, Andy.
Thanks.
I love that. We love that.
Thank you.
Speaking of the Warriors, how do you like Memphis against them? Both of y'all.
You can go ahead, ND.
Well, I think it's going to be closer than most people think. I think JJJ is going to have a better series
Jaren?
than last. I feel like he's fit. Yeah, Jaren. Yeah, he's going to have a better series. Because I feel like, especially with Kat, like he was just in constant foul trouble. And I don't think he's going to have the same issues in this series. I also think Ja is going to play better. But the Warriors are going to win. They have the best player by far. And Curry's probably going to average like... I just know Dylan Brooks is on that team, and Dylan Brooks gets a hat Curry for whatever reason. But I still think Warriors win in like 6.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
7.
going to be like 6 or 5. 6, I think. I think this Memphis team needs some more experience. I mean, I think Steven Adams needs to be on a minimum next year. So, yeah, let's
Steven Adams was unplayable.
Yeah, he was unplayable in the first round. Deadass. Like, what are you going to do with him? He can't shoot. He can't guard the perimeter. So, like, he can pass and rebound. That's it. What do you think, Dom?
About Steven Adams or the Grizzlies?
Both.
Well, I mean, I like Steven Adams in the regular season. Like, he can rebound, he can put back, he can eat boards. But, like, in a playoff setting, it's kind of like the thing that happened with JaVale McGee in the bubble. Like, he just really can't do, like, much against elite bigs. And then the Grizzlies in general, I don't believe Jaren is going to have a better series because I just think Jaren is generational ass on offense.
His jump shot
they
isn't
actually play him more.
his jump shot isn't hitting like it was before.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon Clark outplayed him this series. They played him as the primary big for most of the series.
Right.
And they probably will next series, too, till he gets schemed around. But I honestly think Warriors in, like, 5.
Okay. What do you think this Memphis team needs for them to really make a shot at contention?
That's a good question. I mean, I think every year they're gonna have a shot at contention. They just need players to develop. They have like a star. They have like the cornerstone in Ja, and they have a well-built team. They just need to get lucky and actually like get more playoff experience. I honestly think that's all they need. I don't think there's like a blockbuster trade for a superstar in their future. I just think you keep the core intact and you keep contending until you finally hit one of those years, and then yeah.
Okay, all right. And now that all the other series are gone, we can get to our the cheap series we want to talk about: Philadelphia and Toronto. Of course, Philadelphia won the first 3 to go up 3-0. Toronto won the next 2. There was a talk about a reverse sweep happening, the first ever 3-0 series comeback. People feel some type of way about Doc Rivers. And then Philadelphia went and blew them out in Game 6. But Embiid did get injured pretty badly. So let's talk about it. I mean, what do y'all make of Toronto and how they did in the first round? And this is to one person specifically.
Okay. I guess I'll go first because I'm the Raptors fan.
Wow, how could you have guessed?
Well, like, considering the circumstances, I'm happy with the result. We were hurt basically the whole series. The first 2 games, Gary Trent Jr. had the flu, so he was basically unplayable. He played like 9 minutes in the second game, and I think 15 the first game. Unfortunately, Scotty Barnes got hurt by Embiid. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I know you
That
have some
also-
things bottled up.
Yeah, then that also, I think he hurt his his left thumb, right? So the first 3 games, we were basically unplayable. We're not healthy, right? So we're obviously off to a bad start. Then Fred VanVleet goes down, and I know we don't like Fred VanVleet, but
We
really
don't
saw,
like Fred
his
VanVleet.
impact.
I mean,
We don't like him.
He needs surgery, man. He needs surgery.
Yeah, he needs surgery, so I'll give him a break. He's obviously hurting with his knee and his hip. But Game 6, you really saw why we need Fred VanVleet because in the third quarter, we just couldn't make a shot. And Fred VanVleet, theoretically, is the person that would hit the shot to help us get that rhythm back.
Well, if I could interrupt you real quick, in game 6, what I really think you needed was a actual backup point guard because Nick Nurse doesn't like Malachi Flynn. So yeah, it's either
He's
you
not very
play
good
Malachi
basketball.
Flynn more minutes. I mean, it's either that or you get like a serviceable like backup point guard.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like in this particular situation with Fred VanVleet out, they could just trap Siakam at the half court in the third quarter, and there's no one that can make a good decision. So
Okay.
hopefully next year, the goal is next year we get some actual backcourt play, so that we don't have to play Fred VanVleet 40 minutes a game. So yeah,
That's
but
gonna
no,
be,
I'm happy.
that's gonna be torture on his knees. You won't believe the amount of What'd you say?
I was gonna say the one thing I'm most happy about is Pascal Siakam.
Yes, he
Was
beat the
not a playoff
allegations.
stopper.
He beat
He
the
was good.
allegations.
He beat the allegations, so we're chilling. So like
Okay.
that was the only thing I was like, if that goes wrong, I might just kill myself and stop being a Raptors fan. But that went well.
Okay, that's great. That's great. You won't believe the amount of tweets I've seen from y'all won't believe the amount of tweets I've seen from Raptors fans just like shitting on Van Vliet after the series.
Yeah, he was pretty bad, but he's been bad for a while, and that's because of injury. So
Yeah, I mean he
we'll
needs
see what happens next
he
year.
needs the knee surgery and stuff. All right,
Yeah.
but
Also, let me give you. I'll just give the 76ers props real quick
What's
because I
that?
feel like I talked about the Raptors a lot. I said I'm gonna give the 76ers the props because obviously they were really good. Embiid, who was dominant basically every game except for Game 5, even if he wasn't scoring well defensively, he was a monster. And just generally, he just forced us into rotations because he's fucking Joel Embiid. Tyrese Maxey was a monster too for like half the series. Like Game 6, especially in Game 1, he really broke the game open for them. Tobias Harris was a good basketball player, which actually pissed me off. Danny Green making threes pissed me off more because he never made threes for us in the playoffs.
yeah, I remember
And
he.
James Harden.
I remember he almost threw away. He almost threw away Game 6 for y'all in the finals. That out of bounds
Yes,
pass.
exactly. Then next thing you know, 2 years or 3 years later, he's fucking hitting threes, playing, solid defense, and just being a bitch to us. So, yeah, it is what it is.
We have talking about we're in the Discord call. We have a huge Danny Green fan who's currently muted. I'm sure he's boiling right now. All right,
I'm sure too.
let's get to the meat and potatoes of what we were about to talk about. So, how about we let the Raptors fan explain? Please tell us about what happened in Game 6.
In Game 6, it was the fourth quarter. I believe it was 4 minutes left. The 76ers were up 30. Joel Embiid scores a bucket. And Joel Embiid fashion, he taunted the crowd doing their airplane thingy, the celebration. The next possession, Pascal Siakam goes for a layup, then accidentally hits Joel Embiid or elbows Joel Embiid in the face, giving him a slight concussion. And I think like a broken orbital or something like that. I forget what it was exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
So now he's hit for the series. At least for the first game or two of the Miami Heat series.
Let's talk about what the announcer said after.
It was karma. He was right. It was karma.
Oh, so you're
We're okay with that.
okay.
It's
Okay, you're taking their side.
Yeah, because like Embiid was just being unnecessarily violent the whole series. Like I can tell you 3 instances where the whistle was called, but after the whistle, Embiid like tackles Siakam. Right, that's unnecessary. There was an instance where Embiid tries to contest Scotty Barnes. He like puts his whole fucking like hands on Scotty Barnes' face, and he couldn't see for a bit. I remember he elbowed Ken Burch in game 1. Then I think in game 6 he pushed Chris Boucher in the back, and his neck fucking snapped in half. It looked like so like he was just doing stupid shit the whole series. So fuck him.
Okay. If you the way you put it like that, I can respect it. You put it like that, I can respect it. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, people say it's karma. People are like taking the high road with this, but I'm glad I got your stance on the subject. What about you, Dom? I know you're very fond of Embiid, so
Yeah.
what do you think about what happened?
I think it's really cool actually that we got this playoff series.
You think
because
what?
of obviously, like the history. I said I think it's cool that we got this playoff series because of like the history between Embiid and the Raptors. Obviously, was like 3 years ago now. No, wait, how many years? It's like 4. No, 3 years. 3 years ago now. 2019. That was a Western Conference Finals.
No, second Eastern
yeah,
Conference
lost.
Eastern Conference semifinals.
Or sorry, yeah, Eastern Conference. Was it the semis?
Yeah, the second round.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, that series. I don't think Embiid is ever going to forget that. The way Marcus Sol put him into a torture chamber most of that series.
I mean, if y'all remember, early the next year, he got held to 0 points in a game.
Yeah.
I remember.
I mean,
I remember after
there was
that
physicality.
game,
There was a shit ton of physicality.
yeah, a lot of physicality.
I mean, there was a Raptors fan that made an entire fucking video compilation of Embiid being unnecessarily physical, and obviously he's a physical basketball player. He's one of the more dominant players in the league. He's gonna be physical, but also some of the physicality is kind of you could ascertain it as bullshit physicality. Take it as you will. Either way, I don't think it's cool that he got injured because I want to see a fully healthy playoffs. Either way, I don't care. Either way, I just hope he's healthy and he comes back and we can actually get some good games out of this Sixers Heat series.
Okay. And Andy, I got one thing to ask you before we move on. Before the playoffs started, how did you feel about Raptors fans saying that they want the Celtics?
Oh no, I did not want the Celtics, bro. No. Because playing the Celtics basically just meant Pascal Siakam was going to be ass, just quite frankly. And they were just a way better team than us. They're a way better team than the 76ers. I just don't think the 76ers are just as good as them. So I did not want to face the Celtics. But it would have been cool to face the Celtics if Siakam played well, so his demons could be put to rest. But besides that, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know why Raptors fans are saying they were just like, we want revenge or it's gonna be fun. Nah, it's gonna be a sweep.
What it was going to be giving me fucking panic attacks every single game. That's what's going to happen. What would have happened, I mean.
Okay, yeah, you would have actually killed yourself in that case?
Yes.
Okay, there we have it. Alright, going forward, now that we covered all the series that have happened, let's just give predictions for the upcoming series. So we got number 1 Phoenix versus number 4 Dallas with Luka back and Devin Booker coming back as well. So what do y'all make of that? What do y'all think is going to happen? I'll start. I think that Phoenix wins in 6. I think Luka's going to put up a good fight. And I think Jalen Brunson's going to be playing great. Powell is going to be But I think the sheer talent of Phoenix and their mentality going in, they're like, we already got a scare in the first round. We're not going to have this happen again. I think that's just going to propel them to win in 6, I believe. What do y'all think?
I agree with you. I think the Mavs. I think they're not gonna have an answer for Devin Booker and Chris Paul at the same time, as well as I don't know, just the offense of the Suns are just they're a well-oiled machine. Like Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton, especially in the pick and roll, they're just gonna eat you alive, basically. And I know the Mavs are a good defense, but I just don't see them being able to stop it. And on the other end, I'm just praying to God, Mikal Bridges figures something out to at least slow down Luka, right? And obviously, it's going to be a team effort, but I just think the Suns are more talented. They're the better coached team.
I mean, hey,
they have more experience.
If they don't have Mikal, they at least have Bossman 99 to guard Luka.
At least I hope Bossman 99 at least punches Luka.
What's up?
I hope Bossman 99 punches Luka if he drops 50.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Dom?
I don't share the sentiment. I think it's also Suns in 6. I think Luka's gonna have a killer series. I just don't think the roster is built enough to bang with the Suns. I think next year you look to get an upgrade next to Luka, which is basically something that you've had to do for the last few years now. But just the mere fact that they were able to get out the first round this year is a good sign of the future. It's just facing the Suns is not your best bet to make it to their conference finals. So
yeah, I mean they got the first round win. Now they just have to build upon it. Yeah. I mean, what do y'all think of people saying Luka might have his 2007 LeBron run this year?
I don't see it happening.
His 2007 LeBron run. When LeBron just made it to the finals?
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, that's true.
The Warriors and Suns are good.
Okay. Please respect. Was it Detroit?
The 41 and 41 Wizards.
You don't even know the teams.
I'm pretty sure he played Detroit in 2007.
Yeah, he played Detroit. That was the game. That was the year he had 26 points in a row.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still, were they hurt or something? I'm pretty sure they were hurt, or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Either way, none of these teams are the Suns are like the caliber that the Suns are at right now. So doesn't really matter. I doubt Luke is gonna have a 2007 LeBron type year, but maybe he has it next year. This is just an era where you need help to actually contend and shit. You can't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Smoke through the playoffs. On either conference, you can't just smoke through the playoffs as a generational talent. So
that's true. Let's get to the next series, which is Golden State. We already did Golden State versus Memphis. We all said it was going to 6 or 5. Let's skip that. Let's go to Milwaukee and Boston. I think it's going to be Boston in 6. Maybe 5 if Middleton doesn't play at all. But I think it's going to be Boston in 6. Giannis is going to obviously take a game or two. But that Boston defense is just way too good. And I think we talked about this as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
I think I would say Boston in 6 too. But I don't know. There's something in me that says Giannis might just go for 50. Even though I think Boston is well matched to
on that
Giannis,
on that defense.
Bro, so I don't know. There's something about me just telling Giannis is gonna tap into his Nigerian roots and just go crazy and drop 50.
Okay.
I don't know. He might just average 35, 17, 6.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of was it you that said something about Bam, or was it somebody else? When you brought up Giannis
being a fake Nigerian?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, Bam's a fake Nigerian, unfortunately. That's why he can't score.
Why you say that?
Because he doesn't rep Nigeria. That's why. His real name is Idris, and he calls himself Bam for whatever reason. He chose Team USA over us. and you never know he's Nigerian unless you actually search it up. So I can't respect it.
Okay.
At least with Giannis, he tells you he's Nigerian here and there. Bam doesn't.
Yeah. Giannis is like Greek and Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
something like that.
All right. Last series, we got Miami and Philly. I just want to get this started by asking y'all, how do y'all think James Harden is gonna do in the Embiid-less games? Just answer me that.
Horrible.
I'm not answering that question.
You didn't get the question down?
I'm gonna be real.
No, I'm not answering. I'm not at liberty to answer that question.
Okay. Yeah, continue, Andy.
Well, I think even in the Raptors series, he wasn't really good, and the only reason he was good was because in the Embiid and Harden pick and roll, the way we guarded it is like normally in the pick and roll, you're big hedges or shades or drops, but in the Harden Embiid pick and roll, we didn't do any of that. So with Embiid out, he's gonna see more pressure, right, and that's gonna give him more pressure to score. So unless they like really overhelp like we did, which the Heat don't really do like that, I don't see him having a good series. Especially in case he's gonna get guarded by PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo, and they're just gonna switch like they always do, and it's gonna be disgusting.
Yeah.
I expect a sub 45% true shooting.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, same. I think if the Sixers can at least split the Embiid-less games, then they have a chance. But I don't think they are. I think Embiid is going to be fighting an uphill battle when and if he returns. And I guess Miami's making it to the conference finals. I guess this isn't Philly's year. Maybe next year they get it because Harden's going to come back and Maxi's going to develop and all those guys. But I don't know, man. I really don't know what Philly has going forward. They need a new coach. That's one thing. They have to get rid of Doc Rivers.
Respect Doc.
Hey, being fair though, Doc Rivers was actually pretty good in this series. I won't lie. So
Doc Rivers isn't isn't as bad of a coach that people make him out to be. He's just
I think it's overblown. It's overblown, but he was decent. He was pretty good.
So do y'all think they should hold on to him?
I mean,
even
hold on to him until
he
does something bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but
what's the if they get swept, that's when you're like, okay, you got to get out of here.
Okay.
But I'd like to they made it out the first round. They don't have their star player. If they do end up with a bad series, it really isn't on him. And I think teams are more into security than they are to trying to find a new coach. So might as well keep him.
Okay, I can respect that.
And also, I think people will point to the Hawks series as a reason to fire Doc Rivers. And yes, that's fair. He wasn't getting that series. But I still think you should give him another chance. Because that was his first year, first of all.
Uh-huh.
And there's an argument to be made that Ben Simmons and Thigh Bill playing heavy minutes doesn't lead to playoff success.
No. I definitely agree. I think Ben Simmons was the big key factor in them losing that series. The biggest factor.
Yeah. But so we'll just see. We'll see what happens. I still think their roster construction-wise doesn't make much sense right now. I think there's obvious flaws. I feel like they have the potential to be the Jazz East in the sense that Embiid has to do so much on the defensive end for them to be good on defense in the playoffs. Even this Raptor series, our half-court offense was really good, and we were a horrible half-court offense in the regular season, right? And that's because their defense just sucks. Besides Embiid, right? So in a guessing team let's say the Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, theoretically should have their way, and they have no one in the POA to stop them. So I still think they should probably trade Tobias Harris, right, to get a better wing defender that could shoot. So,
I mean, how do you trade that contract?
Lord knows. We'll find out if they ever do.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure he has 2 years left. So they might be able to.
Yeah. True. One more thing before we sign off for the week. Talking about Brooklyn and how they got swept. Where do you think they go from here? Just tell me that.
Personally, I think.
Hold on, Andy. Hold on. Do you want me to answer that question seriously?
Yes, seriously.
Not seriously. Okay, seriously. I think. I mean, you run it back with the same roster. You hope that Ben Simmons changes something. You get an actual big man. Maybe you resign Drummond. I mean, Drummond was really kind of cheeks on offense and defense this series because, I mean, Al Horford is obviously like a really good defender, and so is Tice. So there's really not much a big can do in that situation. But I don't think Drummond is a long-term defensive center option over there.
That's true. They need a better center.
Maybe if the Hawks get but even if they pursue Gobert, Clint Capella is probably going to be in that deal.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm the Jazz, like I'm looking to rebuild the roster, like without Gobert and Quinn Snyder, I'm looking to like build a team around just Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I know you want Quinn Snyder. I know you want Quinn Snyder on the Lakers.
I mean, he said it himself. He said it was a hell of a good time coaching those dudes. So it kind of sounds like he's on the way out. So, but either way, I don't know. I think you get a big. You wait for Ben Simmons to come back. Hopefully, his mental health is 100 next year, and you just move on from there, I guess.
Okay, I'll give you that. What about you, Andy?
I think next year, going back with the same roster would be mismanagement and malpractice because their surrounding pieces just not good and they don't fit the way they play. In my personal opinion, obviously with Ben Simmons coming back. What was that, Dom?
That's interesting because I said that's interesting because if you want more depth, there is some team in Los Angeles looking for some depth, and Kyrie did kind of let you down this season. So
there you go.
Maybe you trade Kyrie.
I was waiting for this. I was waiting.
Hold on.
Okay,
maybe you trade Kyrie. You take number 0 in Los Angeles, and then. I said number 0. I'm not. I didn't
listen, dude. I'm already getting enough stuff from people saying Westbrook is a pacer. That's enough.
Hey, he's going somewhere. That's all I can tell you. He's going somewhere.
But being serious though, next year hopefully Ben Simmons and Joe Harris should be back, which changes the outlook of the roster a lot. I think they obviously should keep Seth Curry. Patty Mills was pretty good in stretches for them. The bigs, I don't know, man. Especially with Nick Claxton missing all those free throws.
Nick Claxton was like 4 from Nick Claxton shot 9% from the free throw line this series.
Yeah, like that swings the series a lot. So
exactly. I mean, it literally said if he hit half the free throws, they would have swept.
Basically.
That's
just funny in hindsight.
That's insane, man. But anyways, like, what do you
just hope for Kessler Edwards?
Cam Thomas.
Yeah, I don't think Cam Thomas is that good.
Really?
It's better though.
Really?
No, I mean maybe like 4 years from now he becomes one of those like Jordan Clarkson.
So he's like that. You say he's 2 years away from being 2 years away?
Yeah, basically.
Shout out Kabaklo.
Talk about it. Raptors.
I think he means that the Nets just have so much like guard depth that Cam Johnson really isn't going to see like a shit ton of minutes.
I think he's asked. So I legit think he's asked.
Oh, you just think he's back?
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I think. I don't think he's gonna get any playing time.
How old is he?
Yeah, I don't think he's that good. He's like 23.
Oh, okay. So he can't really develop that much.
I swear, I might have just lied to you. Let's switch it up. He's 20. He turns 21 later this year, though.
Oh, okay. He's 20. Okay. So he's got a chance. He's got a chance. But so what do y'all think Ben Simmons brings to the table? Worst case scenario and best case scenario.
Worst case scenario, he's Bruce Brown, 6'10" Bruce Brown that can't hit a floater, but he's way better on defense. Like, obviously, Ben Simmons is a great defender. He gives him an actual legit POA defender. That's good. Best case scenario, he's all D first team level. Maybe he gives you like 18 points per game. I think hopefully he develops like a floater, right? Then maybe his transition, he gives like 4 points a game off transition alone. So like let's say 18, 10, and 7 with all defense.
Right. Okay. I think I agree with that. I mean, if he's what he was in that playoff series versus Atlanta, then yeah, you gotta like find a way to like work around him. But if he's committed to being better and developing as a player, then yeah, I mean, you might have found a diamond in the rough there. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this week's episode. We appreciate y'all listening, sticking around. Hopefully y'all stick around for like the rest of the playoffs. We're gonna have different guests, fans of different teams, and we have a special surprise for y'all at the end of the finals for the special episode. But yeah, besides that, I mean, thank you for being on the podcast as a guest, ND. He's wanted to be on for a while, so we're happy we had him on this week. Thank you for being on, man.
Thank you for having me. It was quite fun to talk about basketball for like an hour.
Absolutely. And from all three of us here, we hope y'all have a great week. And yeah, see you guys. Take care.